Today we are coming to another pose that is a nemesis of mine, and this is Eye of the Needle. Now this is why I have got a strap, because there's different ways you can do this, and the first way that I'm going to show you, I actually prefer at times. I feel as if I've got much more of a length when I'm doing it, and if you've got any knee issues, or if you've got any hip issues, you really do need to be gentle with this. And I would suggest that you go with the easier version that I'm going to do first, which is the one that I obviously prefer to do if my hips are playing up, because I was born with clicky hips, so basically my hips aren't the most fantastic. So you're going to come onto your mat, and I'm going to use a cushion underneath my head because of the fact that my hips will not be brilliant, so I actually need to support my head. Now I've got my scarf. Of course you can have a strap if you wish, in case, just so I can show you that you can use that instead. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet on the floor. Just lift your bum up and plant so the lower back is pressing in towards the floor. Feet are hips width apart, feet are underneath the knees, and you're going to lift the right knee towards you, and you're going to put the right ankle so it is on the right knee, so it's coming towards you. It's not right the way on the top of the knee, it's on that soft bit above the knee. Now I've been told by different teachers, some say draw the toe back and some say let it relax. So you have a feel with it and see which feels better for you. Some say that it protects the knee if you draw the toe back, and then somebody else said to me that you should let the ankle relax, otherwise it doesn't protect the knee. So you get all of these different things from different people. So I'm going to kind of like, mine isn't going to be drawn right the way back, I'm having mine so it's slightly relaxed. So that foot's just about happy on this knee. If you feel as if it won't go on, you can slide the foot a little bit further forwards. That will give you more space. And all you have to do is place your right hand on the inside of that right thigh, push the thigh away so you feel as if you're creating a length right the way from the hip through towards the top of the head. So this is where you might actually prefer to stay. You might not want to go any further than this. Could be it. For you, you might not be able to go any further than this. So you're just going to allow yourself to ease into that. Now, of course, you might be brilliant. You may be able to bring that knee a little bit closer. And you might actually be able to lift the knee and interlace the fingers behind that knee. That is my maximum. I cannot take that any further. I've got dull ache going on now in the right hip. Any further than that, and I'm going to feel as if I'm crippling myself. So this is where you might actually prefer to use a strap, so you've got control of that. So if you can't reach the back of the knee, you can do this. You can actually, if you can reach it, have that in front of the knee. So you can have it against the shin and be pulling it in that way. Some people can, and I'll demonstrate it, but it's not brilliant for me. I would have to lift head and shoulders up away to reach my right arm through that space, left arm around, and then pull the knee in that way. But can you see what happens to my head when I drop my head down now? My chin is much higher than my forehead. Even if I try and drop my head that way, it's just not happening, which is why for me, I have to have the hands underneath the thigh. I could do it if it was using the strap, but I am just about okay here, and my foot's just slipped. So I do need to make sure it's on the fleshy bit, not on the knee. Now you can hold this for 30 seconds, a little bit longer, depending on what feels right for you. And when you're ready, you're going to release that. And I always just ease into the ankle. I do find that that gets into my ankle quite a bit. And then I'm just going to gently straighten and stretch that out before we come on to the other side. Remember, these are poses that you can do in bed, but if you feel as if you're really sinking into the bed, you might want to put something underneath the feet. So again, you bring the left ankle onto the right knee. Now I've done this before now, if I haven't got two cushions. You can, if you had a cushion underneath,
You could just add it a little bit higher. If you couldn't catch hold of the leg, you could do it that way. And push again the thigh away. So I've lifted my foot off the floor just a touch. So I've got more of the knee coming, this right knee is coming towards me a little bit further. And again, you just push the thigh away. So the left thigh is being pushed away. I've let my foot relax because that feels better for me. And the left hand is on the inside of the left thigh, and I'm just gently pushing that away. So I feel as if I've got a length coming right away from the hip, right the way through towards the shoulder and into the back of the neck. And again, if I feel as if I can take it further, I need to lift my head and shoulders up. I'm going to slide my left hand through that space and grasp hold of the back of the right knee now, pulling that in. That is my maximum. And now I can feel it really, it's pulling round here. It's really pulling into me. I have issues with my back, so I do need to do this kind of movement, and it really does help. But I have to come to a point, that Goldilocks point, where you're neither too hard nor too soft, that it feels just right, so I'm able to relax into it. Again, if you prefer, use a scarf or a band. And of course, if you're very flexible, arm goes through the space, interlace and pull the knee in that way. If like me, that means you have to lift the head off the floor because the head's going to tilt right back. You need to use a strap, if you want to put the strap around the outside of the knee, or simply go to pushing the thigh away. I find holding onto the scarf or strap harder than interlacing my fingers. So that's why I stay here and interlace my fingers. So again, you can hold this for 30 seconds, a couple of minutes if you want. Any sharp pains come out. And then when you're ready, you're going to release that foot back down. And again, I always just ease a little into the ankle. And then straighten that leg back out again. And then just to realign my hips, I like to just either do windscreen washers from side to side, or you can even just give yourself a bit of a gentle twist. Either way. And even finish, if you wish, with a semi-supine, just to let the knees rest. So, I have the needle, and one day, I'm sure, probably in about 10 years, I'll be able to happily interlace the fingers around the knee. But you see, your hips, people have got different pelvis shapes, and now if your hip is coming into yours and it's quite tight, you are not going to have much movement, are you? That's your bone structure, that's what you look like. But if you've got quite a wide space for the hip joint to come in, you're going to have much deeper movement. You know, when you see those people who can do the splits, but the legs aren't just like that, they're actually like that. The whole of the split shape seems to curve, so the groin is open like this instead of it just being in a straight line. They have got very, 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 very open hip joints, so be mindful with yourself. It might not be a muscle that's holding you back, it might actually be bone against bone, so just be aware. And unless you've seen an x-ray of your hips, you don't really know, do you? So I have the needle, be gentle with it, okay? Bye bye.